So Ellis, tell us a bit about yourself and the channel. Well, Ellis, the channel came about purely as an exercise in combining two passions. I mean, for me, I've always enjoyed writing. I've always enjoyed talking about my feelings, expressing myself quite candidly, whether that was through the two books I wrote, or whether it's just through running daily journals or writing daily journals. And I've always liked putting myself on camera and talking on camera, and I just thought, and YouTube's been a medium that I've admired for a lot of years. I personally, I find real life much more fascinating than any sort of fiction or drama stuff that you see on TV. So it's been a really good user of YouTube. For years now, I've looked at it and thought, I should do something. I should use my creativity in terms of my writing ability. And how can I transform that into camera? So I looked at it and thought, well, the answer for me would be to run a vlog. You know, rather than writing journals each day, I speak a journal. So it came about from that. It was an idea that I had to sit, talk to the camera, talk about what's happening in my life, getting out and about. The thing with that, I just had to begin it. You know, I'd hummed and hawed over it for a long time and thought about doing it and never got around to doing it. And then I just one day thought, sack it, just do it. Start it or you never will. And it was just literally a case of turning the camera onto myself, and that was it, and started talking. And that was 77 episodes ago. And I've just, gone with the channel ever since and grown it slowly but methodically. Yeah.
And Ellis, what are your goals and aspirations?
I think the goals going forward are, I'm under no illusions as to how, what this will achieve and to how fast I'm able to grow this channel. For me, it's not about that. For me, it's all about enjoying the process. Regardless of the amount of views I get, regardless of the amount of subscribers I get, I'll run the channel and I'll do it consistently because I enjoy doing it. And it seems a bit of a silly thing to say that. Why do something if you're not bothered about the outcome? I mean, clearly there's a level of, what I am bothered about. I would like the channel to ultimately be successful. And by success, I mean more than 20 or 30 people watching. If I could get to a stage where a few hundred people were sort of watching what I was producing, for me, I would class that as a success. So I think the idea going forward and what I'd like to see the channel become is just a lot more consistent, a lot more slicker. So as I go and as I get better at this, as I get better at presenting, as I come up with more ideas, more creativity for what I want to do with the channel, I'd like to see the viewers go up and it just become a little bit more professional, let's say, than it is, because at the moment it's a bit slapdash and just go, So as I get more into this and as I become more efficient at what I'm doing, I think that will then hopefully bring more viewers, and that's it. And if it becomes successful, if the subscribers go up, if I get to the point with this channel where ultimately, I mean, that's anybody goes onto YouTube because we ultimately would like to think, can we make any money out of this? Is it possible to monetize this channel as a side hustle? And that's got to be on the mind. That's got to be something that I'd like to think, if I can get it to that stage, then that's got to be one of the goals in the future. But I'm not going to stress over that. I'm not going to worry over it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm enjoying it, so I'll keep doing it.
And can you give us a glimpse into creating a vlog episode?
Well, yes, Ellis, I certainly can. But literally, when you think about YouTube episodes, the kind of more professional aspect of YouTube would be producing a couple of videos a week, maybe a couple of videos a month, and there's a lot of emphasis goes into those videos, so you do a lot of planning. You'll sit and you'll plan out exactly what you want to do. You'll script what you want to say, so you'll write out everything that you want to say. You'll learn what you want to say. You'll time it all out. You'll put a lot of effort into the actual editing, so you'll make it look as professional as you can. That's one aspect of YouTube, and there's a lot of creators on YouTube who do that. The other aspect of YouTube is what I do, which is literally, to create a video, I pick the phone up, switch it on, and start talking. And it's kind of an ad-lib process in many ways. And then within 5-10 minutes, I kind of get a feel for which way the vlog's going. That's a bit different to the vlogs where I'm out and about. If I'm out and about, it's a similar process. I don't really think too much about what I'm going to say. Recently when I went to the Castle Hotel at Lumley, it lent itself to just, the castle was the attraction. So all I did was turn the camera on, switched it onto the castle and just filmed and talked about what I was seeing. So I don't script anything. It's raw and it's authentic. And that's the style of YouTube episode that I like producing. I'm very much in that authentic camp where you don't overthink it, because doing what I'm doing is allowing me to produce a lot of content. If I was having to think long and hard about what I was going to do, if I was going to script out every episode, I'd be lucky if I was doing one episode every 2 or 3 weeks, because it's time consuming, and I didn't want that to be the case with this. I wanted more content, and then by producing more content, more quantity, let's say, I think ultimately that would then mean that the quality will increase. So to get to that level of producing more quality content, I need to produce a lot more content, if that makes sense. So there's no magic formula to what I'm doing. I'm literally picking up my iPhone, because that's all I'm using at the moment. I turn it on and I say whatever comes to my mind. I speak about, it's the type of things that I would have normally wrote down in a journal. I now speak it out to the camera. So rather than writing, I'm just talking, and that's forming the basis of the YouTube channel at the moment. And I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it. Somehow it's growing. I'm getting, the subscribers are coming in. Some of the videos are hitting more than others. I've now realised that being out and about is where I see this channel going. I'd like this to be more of a tour guide style channel, where I'm talking about what I'm seeing, rather than just putting the camera on me and having me talking for 20-30 minutes. I think I'd much rather turn the camera around and talk about what I'm seeing, especially in the UK, showing a lot of the history that we have here, a lot of the sights, the sounds, a lot of the historic cities. There's so much culture that we can show, and so much entertainment that goes on in the UK, that I think there's room for that to produce a channel to showcase that. So that's something that I'd like to do. But again, at the moment, there won't be much planning goes into that. That'll literally be me. Right, I'm going to take my camera along today, and I'm just going to turn it on and video and talk about what I see. So that's what I do. That's the style at the moment. I'm not saying that I won't change and that eventually I'll put more emphasis on the quality, thinking about what I want to say. And I probably will. If this channel starts to take off to the level I hope it does, I possibly will look at doing 1 or 2 videos regularly, which do have a lot more professionalism behind them than just winging it. Because at the moment, there's an element of winging it, which is obviously going to be apparent to anybody who sees the videos. But I enjoy it, and it allows me to keep that quantity up. And that will hopefully lend itself to, producing something of a better quality at the end of the day.
Ellis, that's great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Ellis. Thanks for those grilling questions.